Hello everybody. My name is Fire. They asked me to stop by and talk about hot spots in group process. And I can tell you, it's a really hot topic. We're all excited about it. So, let's get going. Okay. So, hotspots are these really intense moments in a group, when things get, well, really hot. For example, someone might say something that's strong, forbidden, or upsetting. And suddenly, everyone gets really quiet, and the atmosphere feels really tense. That's a hotspot. Have you ever experienced that, in your groups, or family? Or a hotspot can happen, when there's a big escalation, in a conflict. Watch our narrators act this out. They'll do it silently, so you can feel the tension build. That's a hotspot. And in some instances, then people ignore it, and then go back to what they were doing before. The amount of heat, and the way it's expressed, varies from culture to culture. Of course, hotspots don't only happen in organizations or meetings, but often happen on the streets, during strong conflict. Now, let me tell you, in case you're wondering, that hotspots are really natural. And it's also pretty natural to want to ignore them. But they're really important to notice. Because, if they aren't focused on right in the beginning, even when they are really small, they tend to escalate and blow up later on. You see, even a small hotspot in an organization can be the very beginning of a much larger conflict, which can happen days, months, or years down the line. So, hotspots are kind of like a volcano that starts burning inside, and finally erupts later on. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, and can remember a hotspot or two that happened at some time in one of your groups or relationships. The interesting thing is that a hotspot moment can be understood as an indication that a great deal of information and potential is trying to emerge. And if focused on with care, hotspots can help the group process deepen. So, it can be helpful to go back to the hotspot and slow down, and take time to explore what's happening there. Even if the hotspot is very small, focusing on it and going deeply into the feelings and signals of the various sides or people can help alleviate the field, bring up new information, and deepen the interaction. However, if the people involved are shy, the facilitator can try to do some of this for them. And remember, like all the other aspects of world work, the mat skills or feeling attitudes you use to focus on a hotspot makes all the difference in the world. Alright. There's much more to say about how to work with hotspots, but it goes beyond the scope of this film and our filmmakers' artistic and technical ability. You can see the references at the end of the film to learn more. Anyway, I've got another gig, so I'll be going now. One of my friends will take it from here. Alright. See ya later.
Hi, I'll take things from here. My name is ΣάιΛο. I feel the need to apologize for my voice. I have a little cold, so my voice is kind of strained. Okay, let's talk about the concept of edges, and how they might come up in a group situation. An edge happens when someone wants to say something, but they can't quite say what they want to express. They can't complete it, either for personal reasons, or because of spoken or unspoken limitations in the group to saying certain things, or speaking about certain topics. Here, this person wants to say something, might even start to speak, but is shy to complete it. That's an edge. In group work, an edge can be an indication that the group has gotten to the limits of their identity, or what is known. And if they don't notice an edge, it can start to feel like the group is cycling and not getting anywhere. That can happen with hot spots, too. If cycling starts to happen, you can ask, was there an edge or hot spot that happened earlier that we missed? And then, you can go back to that edge or hot spot and discover more of what was happening there. Like hot spots, exploring edges can be helpful because it's another place where our group is growing and learning about itself. You can focus on an edge by asking the person what they might say if they were free to speak. If the person is shy, the facilitator might guess into what they are trying to say. And most importantly, watch and adjust to the person's feedback. But if the person is afraid of losing their job or there are safety issues involved, just gently touching on the edge and why it might be difficult to speak can often be helpful. Arnie has said that a good rule of thumb is to try 3 times to go over the edge, and if it doesn't work, drop it and follow whatever happens next. The process then will show the way. There are many more subtleties about dealing with edges, too numerous to mention here. Once again, please see the literature and resources at the end of the film for more.
Hi. I'm ΣάιΛι. There's one more thing we wanted to mention about group work in this section. So far we've talked about hot spots and edges. And it's also important to notice cool spots. That means moments of de-escalation or quiet reflection. I like this topic because sometimes I'm a little bit shy about hot spots and conflict. Here's an example of a cool spot in a group. I apologize for the poor video quality. Again, this example is silent, because the exact content is not as important as noticing the change in energy and feeling between them. Okay, you can see that they are angry at each other. And then, after a while, some understanding starts to happen. As you can see, a moment of de-escalation occurs. That's a cool spot. But things often go right back to the escalation. Which is okay. But it can be helpful to go back and frame, or bring awareness, to the moment when the de-escalation occurred. And take time to notice and deepen what happened at that point. It doesn't mean you have to stay there. But exploring it, temporarily, can be very important for the group process. In fact, cool spots are one of the most important, yet frequently missed moments in group interactions. There's a lot more to say, but that's enough for now. See you later.
See ya later.
I guess we'll see you later.